Hello! Day number 4 or Tangle number 4 in this series of Tangle cards is Hollibaugh. And Hollibaugh is another very much beginner's tangle that basically consists of ribbons that you draw on top and below each other. And one of the tangle genuses that it belongs to is straight, meaning it consists of straight lines. However, it's not what I usually do with it. I'm not really a straight lined person, so my lines are usually at least a little bit curved. And you can see how I'm also adding curved lines here. So it does not have to be straight. This is the original way to draw it with just straight lines, but again, as I said, feel free to use curved lines if that's what you prefer. The lines or those ribbons can be different size, different width, some of them can be narrower, some of them can be a little bit wider. Again, no rules regarding that. The way that you would shade it is to add shade to one side of the ribbon, meaning I will add it below. So this is above, this is below, and I'm looking whatever, if the rain would fall from here, what part would be away from those raindrops. Now I'm using like almost a language that I would use with kids. If you had an umbrella, which part would be shielded and which would not be? But maybe it can be useful to illustrate. Oops, there I am. Well, talking about the rain. And obviously it's where the rain would fall, which in my case is the sunny side and not the shaded side. So, you know, we don't make mistakes in Zentangle, but I will get rid of that little shade because I'm trying to prove a point. Although when I shade Hollibaugh, I don't typically shade it just on one side, the way that it's suggested in the original Step Out. I'm not saying that one way is better than the other, but I like to add some shade on both sides of that overlap, meaning I would also add a little bit of shade like here. And now you can see what it looks like without those shades. And if you want to do this kind of directional shading, meaning only adding shades at one side, on one side, that's fine. And you can see now what it looks like when there's some shade on the other one as well. And you can decide which one you prefer and use whichever way you prefer. If your ribbons are wide like this, you could also add a little bit of shade on the ribbon as well. So I will do it on these two just for you to see what I'm talking about. So I'm adding that shade on the bottom side of the ribbon and I will blend it, but I'm leaving this little strip of unshaded part just next to the very bottom. And I want to suggest that this has like a cylindrical shape, as you can see now when I add also the highlight to it. And the part that you see here at the bottom without any shade is what they call reflected light in the shading theory, which you don't have to think about or worry about. But yeah, I just want to show you different options and what you could do if your ribbons are a little bit wider. Then you can play with the shading and highlighting inside the ribbons as well, not only above or below the ribbons. So this is the original way of how you would draw Hollibaugh. There is one thing that I would like to demonstrate. Let's say this is a tile. So I'm adding some Hollibaugh, like random, let's say. And you can see now I'm using these nice flowing lines, not the straight ones. Like this, without any rules about how they would be positioned or where each line would go and where they would cross. It's totally up to you how many you want to use and how you would like to position them. And then you can imagine this like being a random string, but by connecting these borders, and you have to kind of concentrate so that you don't close the ribbons themselves, because that's not what I'm trying to do. You can see I'm kind of connecting the space between the ribbons. And now when you look at this, you can see it as a string, and you can see those spaces between those ribbons as some spaces that you could add any desired tangles on. So imagine now, I don't know, we did crescent moon. You could add crescent moon. You could add any tangle to fill the gaps, but you could also play with what we call in Zentangle, and I think it was also presented in one of the Zentangle's project packs, coffering, you know, coffered ceilings, where you have those raised and sunken parts. And you can see I'm basically adding a smaller shape that follows the shape of each of these sections. And then I'm connecting the corners. And now, depending on how you shade or highlight those spaces, let's say here I will add a little bit of shade towards the top of my tile, and I will blend that. And then I will add highlight to the bottom of the tile, and I will blend that too. And if you would use something to fill the space with, let's say just maybe a little bit of crescent moon. And now I'm tangling tiny, because it's a very, very small space where I want to add tangles. So there are a few crescent moons inside, and I also want to add even more maybe dramatic shade, and I'm using just one pencil here to add darkness to that. And if you would do that with each of these, you could achieve some really, really interesting effects and have the illusion of coffered ceiling. But I'm not going to do the whole thing. I just wanted to suggest how you could use Hollibaugh as a string. And of course you can make it even more visually interesting by adding aura lines inside those ribbons. It would look very cool if you would just do this. So again, I'm not trying to finish a beautiful work of art here. I just want to present you some options of using very basic shapes and tangles to maybe achieve some interesting results. So I added shades. I also want to add highlights, especially here where one Hollibaugh ribbon goes on top of another one. So I added the shades on the bottom one, and I want to add highlights on the one that's on top. It's a very, as I said, it's a very narrow space. It's a very small space that I'm now working on, but you get what I'm doing here, I'm sure. And of course, another thing that you could do is to add Hollibaugh as a border. Let's say you have this border and then you add Hollibaugh ribbons across it. So I'm starting with like a little hook, and there is a Zentangle tangle very similar to this. The name is, I think it's Xander, but I don't want to mimic the specific way that Xander is done. I just want to suggest how you could use Hollibaugh ribbons to kind of make the ribbons look like they are wrapped around some kind of a tube or whatever. Anyway, it's a border, right? I'm trying to show you how to add Hollibaugh as a border or use it as a border. And of course you could also make these ribbons, you know, unwind from the shape of the border. And when you want to shade that, you can also, if you want to use just one side of those, like bottom or bottom and right, or whatever kind of look, use the directional shading principle, or you could use it all around those ribbons or all across those ribbons. There it is. And of course then you can also color in, or you could ink in, or you can fill the border also with some other tangle, but I think I'm going to leave it like it is. I hope that, yeah, these kind of simple ideas gave you some insight into what you could do with Hollibaugh. Again, a very simple tangle. I don't know if I should even mention that you could add tangles to any of those ribbons. meaning the ribbons don't have to be empty. If they are wider, you can fill them with bordered tangles and just make add another bordered tangle or filler textured tangle or whatever you want to any of those ribbons. So that was it. I hope that you liked this little demonstration of Hollibaugh. Now to finish this, I don't know why I started now inking in this little part. I will add the genuses of Hollibaugh that the Hollibaugh belongs to. It's a beginner tangle, so these are categories of tangles. Apprentice, now you can imagine how you would teach this version to a beginner without these advanced shading, let's say tube shading that you have in those two ribbons, and then something like this to an apprentice or to somebody that's more advanced in tangling. As said already, it's a straight genus, although I almost never do the straight ribbons. And texture. There it is, my Tangle card number 4. I hope that you had fun with it, and I hope that you will join me in a couple of days when I do another one. Thank you and bye.